Hello, cousin.
Hey, 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 hey.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello,
Howdy from
cousins.
Texas, DeSoto.
Houston, Texas.
All right. So we are live and we're going to go and introduce ourselves and we're going to get into tonight's topic, y'all, because I'm excited about this one. So tonight, we will be discussing 2026 vision board ideas of
So,
starting a new business. So, my name is Tamar Bibbs. I am a licensed life and health agent specializing in estate planning.
and I'm Janelle Lee, and I specialize in final expense with senior life.
Hi, and I'm Michelle Ford, and I also specialize in final expense, whole life, life, and term life as well with senior life.
Awesome. So, y'all, tonight's topic is again discussing 2025 vision board ideas of starting a new business. And tonight we are going to start talking about starting a new business, specifically in the insurance industry, and why that is a great idea. And so we're going to be discussing the flexibility of starting a home based business. We're going to be discussing the ability for it to be remote, which means you can work your job or your business from anywhere. And then we're also going to be discussing the tax benefits of owning a home based business. Y'all, let's get into this. I'm excited. We know that 2026, everyone starts off with new visions, right? They start off with things they want to start doing. And so, y'all, let's tell the people why. One, starting a home based business is great. And then two, specifically why the insurance industry is definitely one that you should keep your eyes on.
Hmm. Well, for one, the insurance is something that everybody needs and definitely can benefit from. Insurance has a way to scale where you are. And if you say you're wanting to move, I guess transition to helping your family do better, the next generation do better, insurance is an easy way to access that quickly. Um, yeah, that's just, I guess that's it. Insurance is actually a great way to scale and change your generational position.
Absolutely. Um, I believe me and I had this same conversation with Tammy earlier in the year that insurance is actually a very lucrative market. For one, you have health insurance. We pay a lot of money into car insurance, homeowners insurance. The insurance industry themselves are more like a bank.
Mm-hmm.
So they even back each other. They don't even put their it's not even in the stock market. They actually are able to bank and support one another. So it's a very lucrative business to get into. It's a low startup cost. Everybody needs it. So every time you get into a business, you have to think about how often are people needing and using it, and it fits all of those. It checks all of the boxes.
It really does. Because when you think about it, throughout history, the insurance industry has always been around.
Mm,
There's always going to be different things that are going to come and go, but insurance is one of those things that has been around for a long time and is not going anywhere anytime soon. Okay. Part of the reason for that is because everything now is a liability,
yes.
right? And when you think about everything as a liability, that means that everything that is a liability has to be insured. which is why there's so many different parts to the insurance industry. When I got started in insurance, I got started as a claims adjuster, which means that once you file your claim, they call me out to come and look at what is the liability. And from there, I would go in and say, well, based off of the information, this is, how much you're going to get and or not get, right? So there's so many different areas as it relates to the insurance space. But tonight specifically, we are going to be talking about becoming an insurance agent, being able to be your own business, and then the benefits of it and how to get started. So let's talk about how to get started as an insurance agent.
Getting started as an insurance agent is fairly easy. Basically, you're going to study for, whatever state test that you're attempting to get, whether that's your life insurance, life and health insurance, or whatever type of insurance that you're interested in becoming. So really, it's just about studying and then going and sitting for that test. Once you have done your studying, once you pass your test, then you're going to do your background check, and pretty much you're on your way. At that point, a lot of people will start, reaching out and trying to see if they can hire you. Um, and then basically just starting to educate yourself about your new field.
Yes. Janelle?
Okay, and yeah, pretty much what Michelle said. You'll get your background check, your fingerprinting. It depending on the security level that you're going to be selling or promoting securities in general. You'll have to do what they call an E&O, emissions, and what is it? Anyway, it's a type of
Errors and omissions.
insurance,
Mm-hmm.
a
Errors
type
and
of
omissions.
insurance to
There is
protect
an
you.
admission.
So even
Mm-hmm.
the job itself, you have to be insured.
That's true.
So the insurers are insured. So
Yes.
it is a
Up to $1
very
million.
lucrative market. Yes. So it's a study. You can pass the exam, you learn the language, you learn all of that. Tammy, it's just like you said when you were in claims adjusting, if you're selling homes or if insuring homes and all that, it's all about learning that field. So it's it's a lot simpler than going to college.
Yep.
Yep.
You get out with you making a higher income capability than even a college level student. So it's just a very smart and easy type of career to choose.
Right. And
Yes.
you can choose that career at any time, which is the great thing. It doesn't matter your age because, you are your own boss. You can retire when you want to. And honestly, working in insurance almost feels like you are retired, but you still have a nice income to take care of whatever. And you could set your own hours. You can set
Yes.
your own pace if you want to, create additional income or make this your primary income.
So, one of the other things about the insurance space is that you are able to get licensed in other states, right? And so, that's the beauty thing about it because I'm here in Texas. We're all in Texas, but I'm also licensed in other states. So, once I take the test one time, I can then be licensed in different states, which means that it doesn't matter what state you're in. If you hold a license in that state, then you can write insurance in that state. Okay. Now, there are going to be some um, state requirements. Some states may require you to take an additional test or, get additional fingerprinting, insurance, and those things. But you can have a license in multiple states.
Mhm.
Okay. So because I have license in multiple states, I can do business in Oklahoma, California, any of those states that I have a license in, I'm able to write policies for customers in those states. And so as we're talking about this, we're going to break all of this down for you. Okay, so first we're going to discuss the tax benefits of a home based business. Janelle, tell us about all.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so for tax benefit purposes in owning an insurance business, you can one write off for car allowances, your mileage, or your gasoline. And right now, the gas mileage is the smartest way. Every time I confer with my tax person. She suggests mileage. It's over gasoline. Now, if I'm
Mm.
possibly riding with another group and I paid money, then of course I would take that receipt as gasoline. You got your oil changes, your car repairs. I just spent 800 and something dollars for brakes a couple days ago. So that's going to be a tax write-off for me. My parking and my toll fees, my registration fees for my car, even buying a new car. If I bought a car that year, I can actually write off what it cost me to for that car. So maybe the taxes and interest, my down payments, continued education. You just mentioned state licensing. All of those licenses cost money. It's a couple of $100. The board, the exam that you take, the renewal fees, your certification, books that I read to educate myself, subscriptions towards insurance, training, all of that stuff are my tax write-offs. Another thing about tax write-off, and I probably should slow down, but the insurance, me insuring myself is a tax write-off. So now I'm being paid
Double.
my insurance because it's part of my job. My insurance is a tax write-off. My health insurance, if you have health, if you're doing health, your dental, if you're doing some type of insurance for dental slash health, part of your home insurance because it is a home-based business can be
Mhm.
wrote off. My vehicle insurance for sure can be wrote off. For one, your car is a billboard, so all of your advertisements, as far as my business cards, if I have a shirt, I have a button. If I go buy clothes specifically for my insurance company, like I bought a few shirts that has my company logo on it, all of those are tax write-offs. There's times where I would go for training and convention and conferences, all those conferences, the food that I'm eating is a tax write-off, meal and entertainment, my baggage fees, my taxi fees, the hotels. I'm a little careful about tips because tips is a choice, but tips are also considered a write-off. My home office, I have an office, so I can take that space minus from my house, and my monthly house payment is a write-off for my office space. My utilities, my wonderful cell phone, because people are going to be calling me on it, is a tax write-off. So it's like a plethora of
Yes.
write-offs to have a side business. My
Yeah.
internet service, if I get a new computer or a new iPad, and guess what? I had a new iPad I bought back in
Hmm.
May. I upgraded my cell phone. So people are looking for ways to save money. You guys, this is it. It is a gold mine to a have a home business, home-based business. My postage stamp write-offs, because I'm gonna send out cards, Christmas cards, and Happy New Year's to my clients that have I've written policies for. That's a tax write-off.
Mhm.
My home office furniture, I'm looking to do an upgrade. I've been looking at Pinterest, so guess what? All that's gonna be a tax write-off. It's gonna be a cute little office. I used to do Mary Kay, and I'm still clearing that office out. The pink stuff is going away, and I'm coming in with a new color. So tax write-off.
Yes,
My
yes.
tax
Yep.
preparations, charity, y'all got to give something. We're getting all
Hmm.
this receipt stuff, so but you got to give something as far as charitable contributions. I give away things. I gave away some stuff just the other day for some kids for Christmas. Ladies, I gave away some stuff for some women that are on the street
Mm.
ministries.
Mhm.
So I'm giving it away. So it's a tax write-off.
Excellent.
Yeah, so that's pretty much I guess my spiel on the tax write-offs. It's just a plethora of things, Tammy and Michelle.
But like you were saying, also there's so many things, but including like your getting your nails done and get your hair done, those things can also be written off because that is a part of your job is to
Look
um
nice.
yes, look the
Mhm.
part.
Yes.
So those can
Amen.
also be included. Those are great.
Yes. Yes. You got to look good. You got to smell good. You got to
That's right.
drive good. You got to. So all of you mentioned, when we think about it, because when you are a regular W-9 employee, you cannot write these things off. Okay, or W-2 employee.
No,
Sorry,
you
W2.
cannot.
you cannot write these things off when you do your taxes, right? So, why not go into 2026 with a plan to start a home-based business? Y'all, that is one of the best businesses that you can start. Again, like you mentioned, it's low startup cost, right? And it also has so many other benefits that you can utilize just in your home, your electric bill, your cable bill. All of these things can be
Yes.
wrote on your taxes because you are utilizing your home as a business and you get to actually work from home. So many people now
Yes.
work from home. They want to be remote. They want to not have to drive and commute and all of these things. And so this is a perfect option for you to consider, for you to do just that.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
Stop looking. Everybody wants a remote job and looking for somebody to hire them. Stop
Be your
looking.
own boss.
be your
Yes.
own
Hire
boss.
yourself. That's right.
I'm going to talk about why a lot of people look away from this as an opportunity because it is not going to be easy.
As
Okay. Let
no
me just
job
put that out
is.
there. But no job is. You're going to either have a boss or be your boss.
Amen.
You're either going to manage your time or have somebody else manage your time.
That part.
Okay. And I like traveling. I like going on vacation and I like being able to work when I want to work and not work when I don't want to work. All right. And so I'm going to talk about the ways that you can make additional income in and doing this as a home-based business. I mentioned being able to work when I want to work and not when I want to, right? I love to travel, but because I have a home-based business, my business can travel with me. Okay. So if I decide I want to go somewhere for a week or two and I can take my business with me and still work if I'm traveling somewhere or not. That is an option that I have. But because of the flexibility that this offers, it is something that you can do. And Michelle is going to talk about the flexibility of it. But that's why I love being my own boss because as my own boss, I can determine what my paycheck is going to look like.
Wow.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, you can.
I can determine how much money I want to make this month. And because I can determine that, right, that determines how hard I want to get out here and work, right? How many networking events I want to go to, how many phone calls I want to make, how many follow-ups I'm going to do, how many insurance contracts I'm going to write up, and estate plans that I'm going to do. So I can literally give myself a goal, and that is going to determine how much I can make doing what I do. Now, the important thing to all of this is to know your numbers, right? And so when you sit down and you're coming up with your strategic plan, you want to know how much money do you want to make a month? Do you want to make $1,000 a month? Do you want to make $2,000 a month? Do you want to make $3,000 a month? Whatever that amount is, you need to know specifically what products and services that you offer can get you to that number, and then what you need to do to get to that number. Because that money is just not going to fall in your lap. You're gonna have to get out here and do some work for it. Okay. And so the good thing about the additional income is that most households are $500 away from being broke.
Mm.
And what I mean by broke is no money in savings and no money in checking. $500. Now, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. But there's literally some policies that we can write and that would literally cover that gap
Oh, for sure.
So true.
For
in a month.
certain.
Okay. I
For
can write one
certain.
policy and
Yes.
that will cover that amount. If I write
Absolutely.
3 to 4 policies, that's an additional $2,000 to $2,500 in a month.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying? And that's just you talking about your business, you getting out networking in your specific target market and going directly to the people that you want to work with. Because everybody is not your customer. Everybody is not your customer. So when we think about this as additional income, right? What are you doing with your time that you could be utilizing for your business? Because most people say, well, I don't have time. Lie. That's a lie. That's a
How
lie.
much screen time?
Because Michelle, come on now, because you was right there. Because if you go into your phone and look at your screen time and you look at how much time you spend on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, if it's over an hour, you have time. It's about managing our time and looking at TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook may or may not be paying you anything, but your small home-based business could literally be paying you 500 or more dollars per hour.
True.
I don't know anybody right now that's making that amount per hour. Just talking.
Absolutely.
The benefits of insurance. So think about that. You know, we all could use some extra income, right? My purpose for really doing this now, because at some point I'm going to retire and I want this to just be something I do in retirement because I don't want to just not work and not do anything, but this still allows me to
Yes.
vitality and some things to go and do and hang out with people. And so this is one of those things that I'm looking at doing for the long run
Yes.
and make money in my
Absolutely. So Tammy, one thing about it I want to bring out is we're helping people. It's more than just making money.
right.
When I help someone get insurance that didn't think that they could get insured, they are so happy in it, and it's gratifying for me to be able to help
Very.
those people.
Mm-hmm.
So
Exactly.
it's a two-way, I mean, win-win.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, of course, yes, it is. Because I love to help people. I listen. There
Absolutely.
is nothing more um enjoyable than somebody saying thank you.
Right. I mean, and there's a lot of people out there that are hearing us talk about insurance, over the few weeks that we've been doing this, that do not have life insurance.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a lot of people that woke up this morning, thank the Lord, you woke up, but you still don't have no insurance. So going to sleep at night, now that you've been educated, we're here to help you.
Mm-hmm.
We're here to find a plan that actually fits your budget, because you have to find it in your budget to take care of yourself. It's your responsibility. And we're here for that. So there is, this is an opportunity. So
Absolutely.
definitely take heed to the opportunity, because if you're hearing it, it's a big chance it's either somebody or either it's you.
Exactly. And
So
that's the thing that you just said. Even if you know somebody who can use the additional income, right? And I just want to pivot just a little bit because the carrier that I work for, we have products that you can do for licensed agents as well as non-licensed, right? So even if you're working on getting your license, you can still come and sell some of the products that we offer and get the commission off of that. Y'all, there is nothing like making money while you sleep.
it's so true. Waking up and it's
Yes.
your bank account is going ding ding.
Oh yes.
There
Oh
is nothing
yes.
like that. You
Oh
understand
Getting
what
a
I'm
yes.
saying?
chime at 3 o'clock in the morning. You're like, what's that? Look, and it's not a text,
It's
it's
dollar
money.
signs,
It's
dollar
money
signs coming
dropping in
through.
your account. So
Yeah.
it's nice.
So there's more than one way to get into the industry with the products. And, so just think about that as we go through this. And again, like you all mentioned earlier, it's a low cost entry into this industry.
Right. And it's recession proof. We're going through a lot right now. and you can control this. You don't have to worry about what the government is doing or not doing, because insurance is going to be around. No, it's not going anywhere.
That is so true.
It's not going anywhere. It's recession proof.
Recession
Everybody
proof.
needs it, no matter what. Everyone needs it.
Yes, yes. So, Michelle, talk about the flexibility.
The flexibility, I think, is the most, to me, is one of the most exciting parts of working and having a job for yourself. And being in insurance, the flexibility is very rewarding, because I can go on vacation or go to visit a, so you say you're going to visit your family on the weekend and it's the weekend and you get there and the conversation comes up, hey, I know you in insurance. Tell me a little bit, and somebody might decide they need a policy. You can still make money and still be visiting friends and family. You can go on vacation and be in the Dominican Republic. And guess what? You just go on your site, log on, you like, I got a few hours. I'm just sitting here in the sun and chilling by the beach or whatever, or by the poolside or whatever. You just log on and you could take a few calls. And guess what? A couple of calls done paid for your whole trip. So, and then you go home with money deposited and taking care of the money you just spent.
Yes, yes.
So the
And that trip is a
flexibility,
tax
the
write-off.
right, and it's a tax right. It could be a tax write-off. But I want to say a little more about the flexibility. Flexibility of working from home adds value to your life. It
Hmm.
reduces the stress, of having to get up, get dressed, go to a job you don't want to go to, and all the challenges that it takes to get to the job, because there's so many things that happens before you get to the job. You might have car issues, you might wake up not feeling so good yourself. But guess what? With this job, even though if you're not feeling a little bit under the weather, you can be at home and still take care of a few customers. And you're not spreading an illness or either being around people who are coughing and hacking too. So you can, it's a health issue, so avoiding being around people. If you want to just talk to people over the phone, you can. So that's a benefit, health benefits. And stress creates other health issues. So if I can avoid the hustle and bustle of trying to rush to a job, or either having car issues, a flat tire, a wreck, or whatever. Working from home. I'm working from home. I just walked to my office in the next room over and sat down and did a little work. And then if I wanted to go to take a 3 hour lunch or don't do any more work that day, I'm good to do. So those are some flexibilities of becoming your own boss. And insurance is definitely a business that can provide that for you. So commute time to work, you avoid that. You can also not even have to be dressed. You could be in your pajamas. If you're talking to somebody, you don't have to necessarily be dressed. Although you may go to an appointment or two from here or there, but it's something that you schedule. There's also things that you could spend more time with your family. It allows, you know, time for that. If your kids got something going on, you go. And guess
Hmm.
what? You can still network while you're there. So that's the great thing, is you still never have to not really be working, because you still are actively working. So the flexibility increases opportunities. So that's the some of the great things and the great perks of selling insurance and working for yourself. But the productivity, it's up to you. You can work hard as you want to, or as relaxed as you want to. So creating this kind of a lifestyle definitely can be very, very rewarding.
So you mentioned something that I would love for us to all talk about is our home and work-life balance.
Yes.
Because you kind of tipped on it just a little bit, but I want us to go into that a little bit more because I know somebody is like, but it sounds like y'all work all the time.
Guess what? You don't have to. But Honestly, when you think about it, when you're helping people, it doesn't feel like work.
Mm-hmm.
When you're working for yourself, it doesn't necessarily feels like work because you're actually like, wow, who else can I help? I'm just talking. That's what I'm normally going to be doing anyway. Whether I'm gossiping about somebody or just talking about the news and the drama going on in TMZ or whatever. I could be sharing that too. Hey, I was just helping a person that, and I was so happy and I felt really, really good. And they'd be like, oh, really? Well, guess what? I know somebody at my job was saying they didn't have any, so the more you're talking about your job, you're still working. But
Yes.
guess what? You're just sharing. So the more you share, whether you want to call it work, because at that point it doesn't feel like work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's the beauty of work-life balance. It's something that you enjoy. So the more
Mm-hmm.
enjoyment that I get in helping people, that's healthy. That's helping me. I feel good. Don't you always feel good when you help somebody? Rather, no matter what, you hand them a $20 bill and you seen somebody that needed it and you help, it does something for you. So this is very a good work life balance, a good way
Right.
to do it, and not only to mention, you work in your own time and your own hours.
Yeah. For
One
me,
flexibility that I wanted to piggyback off of is the opportunity, deciding how much you want to make.
Hmm.
mm-hmm.
Instead of asking somebody to give you a raise, it's like,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm gonna step it up. I'm gonna pass out some more flyers. I'm gonna get some more names, and decide whether or not I'm gonna make this is gonna be a $5,000 week. This is gonna be a $10,000 week. How hard am I gonna hit it?
Mm-hmm.
And when I say 10,000, it is definitely this type of work.
Yes.
All you have to do is just be consistent and talk to people. Now, every day is not going to be $1,000 day, but pretty much it's pretty easy to hit $1,000 day by talking to one person, maybe two. If they're
Mm-hmm.
pretty healthy, then you're going to talk to about two people to get your $1,000. But one person that's older, that's $1,200 to $1,500 a day
Yep.
within an hour.
And you're
So,
helping somebody. That's the great thing
absolutely.
about it is you're helping. Is you're not just making an income, but you're helping somebody prepare for the worst day of their family's life.
Yes. And one of the things that I really love about this industry is that I get to network. I've always been a network. I love going out and networking, meeting new people, finding out what they're doing, in their business, establishing partnerships, right? Because that's part of, you being a business owner is, who can I partner with that can bring me referrals and vice versa,
Yeah.
right? Who can I, go out in this week and help? Who in my area? And that's the thing about it, y'all. You don't have to go too far from where you're at,
No.
right? Just look within your circle. Start with your family. And everybody always say, well, my family don't support my business. Fine. Keep moving to the next.
You have
You know
friends
what
who
I'm
have
saying?
family.
Because guess what? We started doing this because we wanted to impact our family, right? That's the reason why we started doing this, because we were like, if nobody else gets this message, we at least want our family to be able to say, you know what, my cousins, I heard them talking about this, and this is the reason why I'm moving forward and I'm doing it. So even if y'all don't do it, there's so many other people that we are reaching through LinkedIn, through YouTube, that understand the importance of what we are talking about, right? But we're bringing it to y'all first. And so when I'm out networking, me specific, I can't speak for everybody else, but I love it because now I get to hear about what other people are doing in their business, and while they're talking, all I'm saying is I can help you with this. I have another resource that I can bring you to help you with this. So it's not even about taking all the time. It's also about giving, because it's a reciprocal. You have to give and take as a business owner in the industry, right?
Yes.
Even if you think about the current job that you have, they're giving you an income because they're taking your time.
A lot of your time. a lot of your time. By the end of the day,
67
you so
years,
drained.
67 years of your time.
You
Yeah,
understand what I'm
Well,
saying? And
minus
then when
that
you ask for
18.
your time, when you ask for some of your time back to go on a vacation to enjoy it,
you get 40 hours or 80 hours, depending on
and
how
you
long
gotta
you've been
ask
there.
for it.
You
And
gotta ask for it. And once it's approved, yes, yes,
if it's
yes, master.
approved,
Yes, sir. No,
right?
ma'am. Thank you.
And now we're talking about something that you could possibly do on a full-time basis, right? Because eventually, I like what I do. So I can't say right now that even though my mentors are trying to get me to do it full time, like I like what I do though. But the thing about it is that when you like what you do and you know what your numbers are and you know your long game, this could potentially be your full-time income.
Yeah, because once you retire, and we don't know what by the time we retire, is there going to be money for retirement? But nonetheless, let's just say that it is.
Mm-hmm.
Living off of the amount or the reduced amount is very challenging for most older people after you've worked so many years of your life and you've given them, and now you're old and sometimes sickly. You're
Mm-hmm.
needing more medical attention at that point. You don't have the money, you're stressed. And even at once you've been in this type of industry, uh, you can do it at any age.
Yep. Yes, you can. There's literally
You
no
can do
age.
it and be retired and still, make additional money. You might be able to help your grandkids and kids. Probably, I know many people who
Mhm.
have retired and continue and sell insurance, and they help their family because they're making a plethora of money, and they can help their grandkids and children and whoever they have
Right.
that abilities to do that. That's a blessing.
It is. It
So
is.
that's something that you not only are you adding a legacy for people that you're helping, but you're also adding a legacy for your family.
Yes. So I know many people are probably thinking, okay, I've heard you all talk about, starting this as a home-based business. I've heard you all talk about being able to work remotely. I've heard you all talk about the flexibility, but maybe somebody is asking now, well, just exactly how much money do you all make? Right? And so let's talk about that a little bit. I know for the IMO that I work with is a little bit different from yours, right? So let's talk about what that looks like. So for somebody who may be saying, well, okay, let's talk numbers, right? So just you ain't got to go into detail, but what does that look like for a person that maybe is working with a family of four who's getting four insurance policies? Let's just,
Ooh, that's nice.
that's a nice,
Yeah,
That's nice.
absolutely.
So if it's a family of four and they have children, I'm assuming that the adults are probably 30s and 40s,
hmm
which is a wonderful time, a smart time for someone to go ahead and get insurance. Don't wait till you're old.
hmm
Please don't. Don't depend on your company insurance. Please don't do that. Don't make that mistake, as so many of us do. It's like, well, I have insurance through my company. I don't need it.
Mm,
Well, I promise you, you will not be at that company unless you plan on dying while you're still working, which nobody plans and nobody knows. But if you are that person that's lucky enough to retire, you retire older and now you have no insurance, and that is the highest time to get insurance. Now you're paying 100+ dollars a month just for life insurance. So purchase it now, lock in for $30 to $40 a month, and add those children on as riders. Probably for our company is at $4 per every thousand. So if you put a $10,000, you're only adding a few more dollars on to your policy to cover your children.
hmm
So for someone in our company, for two adults, 30 times, ooh, I gotta do the math, 30 times 12, we get that premium up front. Just starting off, we get 90% of that premium time for that whole year up
hmm
front. We're
Up
paid
front.
that in the first 5 to 7 days. So
hmm
that money, yeah,
you
that
need
money comes
Christmas,
very quickly. So
Christmas
that's
money,
just helping
vacation
one
money.
family.
Yeah,
One
Christmas
family,
money,
you've already made
vacation.
about $2,000.
hmm hmm Yeah, and with our company, depends on who I write through. But our commissions are anywhere from 65% to 80%. And then we also have non-licensed products that I got to check. And y'all, this is honestly, I referred a lady for debt services, debt management services, and I just did a referral. I forgot all about it until that commission check came, and I was like, "Oh, thank you." Right? Because again, there's so many different ways
Mhm.
to make the money in this space. Just not even through insurance, but through other non-licensed products that you can offer your clients. So when I'm sitting down with my clients, I'm looking at it from a holistic standpoint, right? Do you have health insurance? And if so, yes or no, then we move from there. Do you have life insurance? Yes or no? Okay, then we move from there. Do you have debt? Right? Because debt is a big problem in our communities that we
Mhm.
have a hard time talking about, and we're going to talk about that one, right?
Death
But
and dying.
debt,
Yes, the two
Dead and
D's.
dying. We just don't want to talk about it.
No, we don't want to talk
debt,
about it.
debt dying, yeah. And so if you're in debt, then that's another opportunity for me to be able to assist you, right? So there's so many different ways that I can help you. And like you said, that is on average, depending on the family, anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 that I'm able to make working with one family. What y'all waiting on? Like y'all want to
Mhm.
wait? Y'all want these coins?
I mean, literally, Tammy, we
And we
make
haven't talked about taxes.
we make our salary on my regular job. If they saw $2,000 on their check, people would be happy because I know most
Boom.
people don't make that.
Yes.
In 2 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
they don't make that.
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks.
Yep.
So if you can give yourself an extra $2,000, it is so easy to do
Mm-hmm.
just by helping another family get insured.
Yep. 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 And it all comes down to time management. I promise you, time management, being organized, having a system or a process in place, and then just following the steps, ABC. Just keep doing the same thing. I promise you, you don't have to
Invent the wheel.
basics. You don't have to invent the wheel. Just stick to the basics. Find you a good mentor. I have two, and they have been very instrumental in making sure. And so that's the thing that we tell people. I've been a business owner, but I have not been a business owner in insurance industry. So it's important to get a mentor. It's important to, if you're working with a company, know the rules, know the policies, know the procedures, know the underwriting, know all of these things, because once you know these things, it's going to make it that much easier for you to be able to go in and know exactly how you can help your customers
Yep.
and get their money.
Yes. So this is easy. I mean, it's easy. All you have to do is have the desire to want to help people and educate yourself on a product that is recession proof. It's not going anywhere. Um, so it's going to help you and help other people. I mean, that's as simple as it gets.
Yeah. Let us help you help others. That's what we should have called this. Let us help you help others, because this is
Yes.
a great time to think about it going into 2026. If you already start working on your vision board, and one of your ideas is to start a home-based business with a low entry, okay? I'm not saying free, because you're gonna have to give something to get something. We have to get out this mindset that we can always receive and never give. Because as long as we stay in that mindset, we're going to always be broke.
Yes.
So you're going to have to give something to get something. But this is an excellent industry to look into. Do your research. Obviously, you can go into Mr. Google. He'll tell you everything you're going to need to know about this insurance industry, and which part of the industries, because you have property and casualty, you have life and health, you have finance. So there's so many different areas that you can go into. So you don't necessarily have to focus on what we're focusing on, but consider the insurance industry as a way to generate some additional income going into 2026.
Right. This is the sharing season, and the Bible says it is better to give than to receive. And if you are sharing your information, you're sharing. So it's better to give. That means you're in a equity position.
Mm.
So if you're in an equity, you're able to give. And the Bible says that, so that means we should be in a position to give. So if you're not in a position to give, this is a great opportunity to be able to give, be able to learn to give, because that give creates a new muscle of giving. Most people are not used to giving. Most people are like always wanting to receive, which is why, most of us work for a job. A
Well, that's why
job is
they don't
always,
take out an insurance policy. They want somebody to pay for their death.
yeah. So
You know, so stop being selfish and get a policy.
yeah,
And another part of giving, we're giving y'all the gems tonight.
I'm giving you some real gems.
We're giving
We
you
not
a way
sugarcoating the
to
door keeping.
prosperity. We're giving you a way to increase your income. We're giving
For
you tax
free.
benefits right out. I
No,
mean, we are giving tonight
yeah, no
For free.
gatekeeping, no
for
gatekeeping.
free.
Yeah, we're not gatekeeping
I
tonight.
don't want to tell y'all too many secrets because then you might think I don't need nothing. But
Right. Right. But
I'm giving you
it's
the
something that
tools.
real quick, Janelle, because something you talked about is the gatekeeping, right? Because so many times people talk about why nobody told us. Why did nobody tell? Yeah, we are literally telling you how to do it. Like I said, I've been in the insurance industry for almost 7 years now. Okay. I started out in claims adjusting. I'm not gonna tell you how much money I made doing that because
A lot of people don't want to tell. They embarrassed.
I mean I made 1 month I made over $10,000. And I was like, okay, well, you know, so again, there's so many different ways to make money in this insurance industry.
Yes.
There's so many ways you can do it. I also work as a special investigator for insurance companies. Okay. So whenever they wanted someone to go out and investigate fraud, they would call me. So there's so many ways that you can make money in the insurance space, but you have to get in the insurance industry. Okay. And we're just talking about one sector. I'm a member of another group called the Black and Brown Independent Adjusters, and we talk about this all the time. You are your own business. You are your business. Okay. So everything that you do is your business. Everything that you say is your business. Everywhere you go is your business. Right. And so that's how you have to look at being an independent insurance agent. Everything about you is your business.
Mm.
So that's how you have to, when you go to dinner or when you go to the family functions, when y'all sit down at the table, if y'all say grace and everybody talking about conversations and bringing up cousins, and so and this, that, and the other, just ask everybody, go around the table, do you have life insurance? Do you have life insurance? Because next year somebody won't be at this table.
Yes, that's so
Next
true.
month, next
So
week.
sad. Yeah. Anytime you seeing
Somebody
it.
won't be here next month.
Yeah, it's disheartening to see so many people passing away with no coverage.
And you
And
look
it's,
cute at the table. You looking real cute. You got
yeah,
on all of this. You looking real cute. But somebody ain't gonna be here. Not it. Okay. Because I'm asking God for my 3 score. But do you have insurance? And if you say yes or no, then we can move to the next person. But this is the time to start having those uncomfortable conversations.
yeah,
And this is also an opportunity for you to consider, how can I help my family? How can I be that person that helps my family? That's why we all got into it, right? Because we got a big family.
yes, we do.
We got a big family. And we want to make sure we don't have to collect no coins for none of our family. We want to give out money.
Right.
We don't want to
Get you.
be trying to collect it. We want to give it away. I want to come to your funeral and hand your family a check
Yeah.
with a smile.
Just, yeah,
Well,
yeah,
yes. So that's how we want to move into 2026, y'all. We're moving into 2026 on purpose,
yeah.
right? Um, with vision and clarity. We want to make sure that everything that we're doing going into 2026 is in alignment with what our jobs and our duties are to our friends and to our families. And like you mentioned earlier, Michelle, based on biblical principles, because this is what it says in the Bible. We're supposed to be doing this. This is not something we're just coming in saying, hey, y'all, do this. No, Bible believers, it's in there.
Yeah, you don't have to pray about it. It's already an answer. There's already a
It's in there.
solution tonight.
In the
Stop
BIB.
praying about it when the answer is right in front of you. That's why God is not answering you, because it's already right here. Don't waste his time.
Please don't. And ours either. Because we're giving you the gems. We're giving it to you for free. Like Janelle said, we're giving it to you for free. So, flexibility, tax benefits, additional streams of income. What else do you need in order to start your home-based business? Mentorship, we can help you with that. Okay. What we're not going to help you with, though, is the income to get it started, because it's low cost to get started. But you had to have some skin in the game, y'all. You
You
have
gotta
to
have skin in the
get
game.
in the game. Any small business that you start, I don't care what kind of business it is, when you go to ask for money, they want to know how much you've already put into the business. And if you come and say, well, I haven't put nothing, and guess what they're going to say? Well, we can't help you.
Nothing from nothing equals nothing,
Leaves
right?
nothing. That's so true.
Yes. 0 plus 0 is still going to be
A goose egg. Yeah.
so. Y'all, this has been a great session. Any final thoughts as we get ready to wrap up? And then also how they can contact you to get started with Senior Life.
All right. Well, my name is Michelle Ford, and I'm with Senior Life, and I specialize in final expense. This is a recession-proof job. It's a recession-proof industry, and you can reach me for more information or to get a policy at 918-260-9684, or you can, go to my Facebook page and inbox me.
Okay, and Michelle, put your information when we go off this, put your information in the chat as well.
Yes, I will.
Janelle.
Well, you can also reach me, like she said, through Facebook Messenger. That's the easiest and the quickest way. Just inbox me that you need, whether you're looking for an opportunity to start in this industry or you're looking for insurance to insure yourself in this industry. So either way, there's no saying that I don't have the money, because one meal out is $50 to $60. Because I see everybody taking snap pictures and it's on your story what you did. So Starbucks,
I just meant that.
if you just bring Starbucks and purchase the Starbucks $12 for the whole bag and make it at home, you have the money to either get a policy or either get started in this industry.
Yep.
So
Mhm.
inbox me if you're looking for insurance or if you're looking for the opportunity.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And I am Tamar Bibbs. I specialize in life and health. I'm licensed in life and health, specializing in estate planning. So as you're planning your estate, you're getting your final expense insurance, you need life insurance, or you need health insurance, or any other type of insurance. We have a team that can assist you in any area that you're looking. Planning our estate, the Bible says in Hebrews, I believe it's 5:19, that we are to have an inheritance and we should have a will. And also mentions trust in the Bible. Okay. So these are not things that we're just telling you all that you should get. This is biblical principles that have been established from Genesis to Revelations in
Mm-hmm.
the Bible. Okay. So we're not just here telling you all to get these things. This is our obligations, not just to ourselves, but to our families. Okay. And so what we're saying is, if you have been moved by the conversation that we're having, if you're looking for additional streams of income, if you're looking for life insurance, health insurance, estate planning, any of these things, we are more than happy to help you with those. You can inbox me as well if you're on Facebook, Instagram, and or LinkedIn. You can reach out. If you are looking for an opportunity, um, whether it's with licensed products or non-licensed products, in selling those, this is definitely something that we can help you with. But y'all, please take advantage. Even if you just reach out and ask a question, do that. But do not take action. I don't know if I said that right, but do not take action, right? We want you to take action because as we've seen just in the month of October, that 1 month can shift everybody's household
Yes.
to the point to where you're now wondering where your food is coming from. 1 month can shift where your income is coming from. 1 month can shift the whole trajectory of your livelihood. One medical incident can wipe out your complete savings that you've been saving up for retirement. And now what? Insurance can help you with all of those things. Okay. So as we get ready to wrap up and 2026 is coming to a close, y'all, we have to start thinking differently. And we're just bringing these conversations to you to start thinking differently about your families and about yourself and about your livelihood. Cousins.
It's been real.
Yes, it's been real. This is good, y'all. This is good. We just want y'all to take action. So, with that being said, y'all be sure to join us for our next Cousins Corner. And we are excited for what is going to be happening in your households. We pray blessings and peace upon you. And till we see y'all again.
Amen.
Check.
Y'all have a good night and be blessed.
Good night.
Good night.